Hello and welcome to Gadget Joe. Now, it comes as no surprise to many of you that there's one game out there that is taking the world by storm, and whether you love it or whether you hate it, it is incredibly popular, and that of course is Pokemon Go. Now, Pokemon Go is a fantastic game in my opinion. Now, I know some of you will disagree, but then some of you will strongly agree. Myself, I think it's a fantastic game. Not only do you get to interact, and it's more using the augmented reality, technologically wise, it's actually a marvel. It's very advanced. But also, it lets you get out there and it lets you keep fit. However, one thing you will have all noticed, whether you played it or not, is that playing a game constantly while you're out and about not only drains your data, but it drains your phone battery. Now, of course, your phone batteries average around 2,000 to 3,000 milliamps of power. Now, this would provide you normally with a day's worth of use. But when you're using the Pokemon Go app and you're using a GPS all the time, it obviously starts to hammer your battery usage. And people have been reporting of only having an hour to 2 hours of usage per charge. Now, of course, when you're out and about, that's not really what you want. That's far from ideal. Now, what I've decided to do is create a little video showing you a product that most of you will already know about, but the popularity of it has become on tenfold ever since Pokemon Go came out. And that is, of course, power banks. Now, a power bank is an extended battery life for your phone. How it works is you get a little unit, and it has its own battery, which you can recharge. And they range anywhere from about 1,000 milliamps to up to 50,000 milliamps. Now, what this does is it allows you to plug your phone into the power bank, and then it will charge your phone, giving your phone a better battery life. So, with that said, I'm going to show you some of the cheaper ranges, some of the more expensive ranges. I'm not going to cover the ones that are mega expensive because it's not very realistic. I will also mention that they don't just charge mobile phones. They will charge mobile phones, tablets, laptops, anything that can be powered by USB. Some of them come with USB Type-C or USB 3.0, but again, that's a different section. What we're focusing on is the best of us. What we're focusing on is some of the ranges that you can go out and buy just to help you when you're going on Pokemon Go. So, without further ado, let's get straight on with this. Starting off with the lower price ranges, we see here from Argos the Energizer UE2603 power bank. It powers the Apple or the Android phone, and it has a 2,600 milliamp battery life. Now, that 2,600 milliamp battery life will probably give you one charge of your phone. This power bank is actually very cheap. It's £8.99. So it won't break the bank. Now, the advantage of this is that you've got double the battery life of your phone. Moving on to Currys, they offer a £7.49 Goji G25P-BBK16 power bank. Now, this one is 2,500 milliamps, so very similar to the previous one. It will probably give you around one charge. And obviously this one comes in different colours. You can get it in pink, black, or blue, or white. Moving slightly up the range, we go back to Argos and we see the PNY T2600. This one is $12.99 and again has a 2,600 milliamp battery. Now, the reason this is slightly more expensive is the actual unit itself charges quicker, so you've got a quicker turnaround time. And then, of course, it wouldn't really be right without a novelty one in there. So, Argos offer a Coca-Cola power bank for smartphones for £12.99. And it looks exactly like a Coca-Cola can. Now, you can look a bit odd walking around with a Coca-Cola can and a wire hanging out of it into your phone. You might get a few looks, but you probably already are doing that by playing Pokemon Go anyway. This one does have a 2,200mm. So again, it is one of a lower powered one, but it is more of a novelty. Moving up again, you go to £13.99 from Currys, but this time you go for a PNY T5200 power bank, and this one features 5,200 milliamps. Now that one provides up to 3 full charges. So again, this one is going to be much more significant for yourselves if you're going on long journeys. So if you're planning out a day trip with your friends or your family, or just a walk on your own, and you're going to be out there for quite some time. Not only do you need to make sure you've got plenty of data on your price plan, make sure you've got one of these to provide you with plenty of power. Moving up slightly more, you go to Argos again, and you've got £17.49, which is actually half price at the moment, for the Swiss 6000 mAh portable charger. Now again, this is slightly higher power rating, and will provide you up to 3, maybe 4 charges, depending on the device that you're charging. Exiting off this, we then go on to the higher range. Starting with Currys, you've got a £34.99 TechLink Recharge Ultra Thin 5000. Now this one actually resembles the iPhone very much so, because it comes in the gold and white, and also comes in grey and white. This one has a 5000 mAh battery and provides up to 1 full charge on an iPhone 6s, or 2 full charges on other handsets. Going up to £39.99 on the Argos website, you've got the Energizer UE15000 power bank. This one is absolutely phenomenal for the price range. $39.99, and you're getting a 15,000 mAh battery power. You will notice on most of the more expensive ones you've got this dial on here, which is like a warning sign of how much battery you've actually got left. And also some of them will have more than one port to allow multiple charges at the same time. With a 15,000 mAh battery, you're going to be getting close to 10 charges out of this. Then we notice something slightly different. Now this isn't available in just iPhones, you can get it in different phones as well. These are cases for your phone. They work in the same way as a normal case, but they have a battery inside it. Now this one is a 2700 mAh battery, so it's not the most energy efficient one. It won't give you the most charges, but it does have a solar panel on the back which helps charge itself. Then moving up to this, you pay £44.99 from Maplins, and you can get yourself Maplins' very own brand 20,000 mAh power bank. This will recharge your device up to 15 times. Again, you can charge multiple devices off this. And then you move on to the final offering by Maplins. They have the 10,400 mAh Nasdaq PB10400. Now, again, this is not as powerful as the previous one, and it is more expensive, but the high point on this one is the fact that the actual device charges incredibly quickly. So you don't get as much power, but you can charge it quicker. Going back to Argos, you have the Energizer Power Bank UE20000. This one again is another 20,000 mAh offering for £69.99, and as you can see it's very slim and quite attractive looking with the leather effect on the front. Again, you can charge multiple devices on this, and again you have those dials telling you just how much power you have left. Another offering once again from Argos is one that's slightly different. This does not have its own battery inside. It is actually a solar charger. Now how this works is it takes the sun's rays and basically transfers it into energy. I'm not going to tell you how a solar panel works because you already know. This will help charge your phone, but again you need to make sure that you're in the best possible lighting, and it does need to be out of your pocket. So this one you can't really hide in your pocket. It's better strapped on the back of your back or in visible view. Going on to the final offering, it's again another solar charger. Now this one is on the top end of the price range at £169.99. Now this one will charge multiple devices again, and of course it will charge everything from mobile phones to tablets. And that pretty much covers it for my choice of the low end to the high end range of devices that you can get to charge your mobile phone. Now of course, you don't have to just get them from Argos, Currys or Maplins. The only reason I've looked at these is because they are often stores that are located in every town centre. So that way you can just go out and get one. You don't have to order online and wait for it to arrive. Now if you don't mind waiting, of course you can go to the likes of eBay or Amazon or even Google Shopping. On eBay you just simply type in battery power bank and then you get a multitude of offerings. They are extremely inexpensive, and some of them you can get up to 100,000 milliamps solar powered battery chargers here for only £16.59. Again, you've got the case ones and all other varieties, but again you have to wait for these to arrive. Going on to Amazon, you do the exact same thing and you type in battery power bank at the top. Like the eBay app, it will bring up multiple different offerings, starting from the lower price ones up to the more expensive ones. And of course, if you're not very familiar with Amazon or eBay, or you don't have an account with them, you can simply go onto Google, type in battery power bank, and click the shopping tab, and it will come up with multiple different offerings from different stores. Again, some of them are quite expensive, some of them are very cheap. So, for example, this one here is only £3.33 for 5600 milliamp, which if you was going to buy it from a store, you'd be looking to pay around £15 to £20 for one of this offering. And that pretty much covers it for this video. Now I know it's quite short, quite a basic one, but it's more to give you a better idea of what's out there and also a good idea of what's available. Choose wisely if you're going to pick any of these. Think about the factors such as how long you're going to be out there, the size of a device. You've got to remember you've got to carry this around, and you'll have a lead as well. So take into account that this has to be able to fit into your pockets or your handbag or your bag without obstructing you in any way. Then you need to take into consideration the amount of handsets that you've got. Some people use 2 devices. They could be using a mobile phone and a laptop or a tablet to record it through Twitch streams. Again, the choice is yours, but this has been my little coverage on the power banks that are available at the moment. So, choose wisely, and if you liked this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. Make sure you check out all our other videos by subscribing to the channel below. And until next time, goodbye.